This morning I'm leaving the Grand Staircase Escalante area and I'm heading to Zion. And on the way I'm going to stop and see an old friend for a little bit, and then it's heading on to the park. So I'm really excited to be finally making my way to Zion on this trip. And the weather is just beautiful. It's going to be beautiful, I think, for the next couple of weeks while I'm here. And I just can't wait to get down in the canyons and exploring. We spend a lot of time in the washes on the east side of the park, and probably also go to the Kolop Canyon section and also the main canyon of Zion as well. I have a lot of places that I've got marked on my agenda to go see and to photograph, maybe reshoot some things from last year and just try some new things that I saw last year but didn't get to do. That's what's happening, and maybe an hour or so away from the park right now, and I'm really excited to get there and see what it looks like, see how the color is, and so stay tuned and we'll see what we can get into. Well, my first image of the day here in Zion, a beautiful glowing wall and a beautiful maple, a nice quiet wash. Not a bad way to start the trip into Zion. Here are the two pieces of film I exposed on this scene. I would have liked to use the Velvia, but unfortunately there was wind blowing the leaves here on the left side. The Provia is just fine, and that's the one I scanned to show you here. So here's a scene that I just photographed on my iPhone last year, and the color was stunning, but I guess I was in a hurry to get somewhere else or meet my people or whatever, and I couldn't photograph it seriously. And I'll show you the picture. It's just this beautiful sort of peach colored leaves on this maple, and right now it's just completely green. So hopefully in another week or so this will turn and I'll get a shot at it. Well, while I was scouting around and waiting for the light to change on another picture, I found this beautiful little scene right at my feet, just these nice little pine cones and pine needles, and there's like two different colors of pine cones, and there's some fall leaves scattered in there, and a nice curved stump. So just all the raw material you could want for a neat landscape photo. And there was no wind to blow it around. It was really, really nice. So I'm real excited about that one. Exposed Provia and Velvia. So we'll see how those look. Now it's time to get packed up and head on up the canyon for this other photo, which I think is probably about right now. One thing I should say is that with the view camera, because I am photographing right at my feet, I did have to overextend the bellows, which means I had about 1/3 of a stop of extra exposure I had to give. So you always have to remember to calculate that and factor that into your exposure. And I also used front tilt because the focus plane, the subject plane, I wanted to align the focus to that. So because it's sort of along the ground, I just tipped the lens forward, and that took care of that focus there. So those are the view camera movements that I used and the exposure factors that I had to do. And now it's time to get on around the corner and see if I can still make this other picture tonight. The Velvia of this scene is just stunning. It's picking up blue from the sky, but also has the warm colors of the pine needles and some of the pine cones. That warm, cool contrast is always nice when you can find it, and though I could remove the blue, and obviously that wood is not naturally blue, I think it looks nice and is pleasing to the eye. Well, it's a little too windy and a little too dark. The nice light is kind of gone, so I'm going to have to try another day for this picture. But it's been a nice day getting over here to Zion and scouting around a good bit and seeing how the color looks. So now it's time to go get checked into the hotel and get a plan together for tomorrow morning. There's so much here to work on, and I'll be out bright and early seeing what I can find. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. If you enjoy this content and would like more information about me and my photography, please head on over to my website at scottwaltonphotographs.com. I have an ebook, annual folios, and handmade fine art prints available from locations all across the country. Thanks so much for checking that out.